We are into the second week of the Netflix era, and what's this? Raw wasn't 3 hours this week? Witchcraft. Yeah, the truly big development of this week's Raw's Netflix wasn't the crowning of an inaugural women's WWE Intercontinental Champion, or a big-time debut, or any forward momentum towards Saturday night's main event or the Royal Rumble. No, it was that Raw ended at 10:30. Do you know how amazing that is for a 46-year-old stoner? I need my beauty sleep. Actually, the other big news coming out of this show is if you are an international Netflix viewer, this show was pretty much ad-free and was non-stop action and interviews. And if this is the format of WWE Raw going forward, man, this is going to be a hell of a run. But Raw kicked off from the SAP Center from San Jose, California, and let me just say, the camera work and production values for Raw lately has been next level. We get a pickup truck arriving to the arena, and somehow the San Jose crowd had some shared level of clairvoyance as they knew CM Punk was magically in the vehicle. Cole threw some shade at the Hawks, which was funny since they were in the home of the Sharks. But I don't give a fuck because I bleed Red Wings, motherfucker. Punk arrived to the arena to a big ovation and gave a well-deserved shout out to the first responders of the LA Fires before reminding the world of his big main event win last week against Seth freaking Rollins. After giving a heads up to the returning John Cena, Punk entered himself into the Royal Rumble with plans to main event WrestleMania. This brought out Seth Rollins, who you knew was serious by his dress, or lack thereof, and Punk, once again proving why he's my current favorite wrestler, asked the one question that we all had on our minds. Why couldn't it be Rhea Ripley? Punk and Rollins had a verbal back and forth, with Rollins entering himself into the Royal Rumble, and that brought out Drew McIntyre, and it seemed things were ready to boil into a pretty gnarly triple threat between them, but Drew dropped a deuce on that idea while he entered himself into the Royal Rumble. And look, Roman, Punk, Cena, Drew, Seth, Jey Uso, LA Knight. This Rumble is going to be one of the most star-studded and stacked in WWE history. After we got shots of Damian Priest and Finn Balor to prep for their main event street fight, and Lyra Valkyria and Dakota Kai as hype for their women's intercontinental title match, we get Chad Gable. And this guy's transformation into Kurt Angle 2.0 is almost complete. This guy is even getting huge hand sucks from the crowd. Give me a shaved head and 3 attempts to throw Shane McMahon through glass, and the transformation is done. But Gable was in the ring to meet with the best luchador GM Adam Pearce could find to face him, and yeah, as Cole said, we got the debut of the worst kept secret, the Lucha superstar Penta, and this match. Honestly, after what seemed to be a little bit of initial butterflies, Penta and Gable wound up tearing the house down, with Penta having to fight through Gable doing what Gable does best, hitting German suplexes on the apron and destroying legs. But after Penta hit a gorgeous tope con hilo, we were popping. Eventually, it took a sacrifice and Penta driver to put Gable away to a great ovation. Post-match, Penta would get some interview time to declare the Netflix era the Penta era. And this match was fucking wizard, a high super hit. Just 2 of the best in the world doing their thing in WWE. I see you're trying to give us vibes of Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam 2002, and damn it, it sort of worked. But Penta is here, his look is awesome, he can go in the ring, he is going to sell so many masks, he is going to sell so many gloves, we're going to see so much Penta cosplay, and once Rey Fenix shows up, damn. In an interesting development, it seems like Dom has literally become the bottom bitch of Judgment Day, as Liv claiming she isn't pissed at him for trying to get back with Rhea Ripley after her title loss last week, basically turned him into her bag boy, and Finn Balor basically treated him the same. When JD McDonough and Carlito are higher on the totem pole than you are, it's time to get the motherfucking chainsaw out. Apparently, WWE is proud to show off clips of athletes giving each other shitty pedigrees. We got former UFC champ my boy Daniel Cormier and Intercontinental champ Braun Breaker out for the next match, Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser, with the winner getting a shot at Breaker's IC title. And let me say this, Kaiser is feeling himself with that 2004 Randy Orton energy. But the Celtic Warrior and Gunther's second-in-command came into this match on a mission to wreck each other's shit, and that's just what they did, with knees and forearms. Kaiser tried to be slick with the shillelagh at one point, but eventually a disgusting bro kick ended it. Post-match, Braun and Sheamus would get into a shoving match. And this was another super hit, and with Sheamus, when he promises a banger, no lies will be detected, but my man Ludwig Kaiser is my dark horse of 2025. Watch out for him. We found out that next week we will see a match between Drew McIntyre and Seth freaking Rollins, as Seth and Sami Zayn had an interesting face-off, where Seth tried to get Sami to make a choice, his buddy Roman Reigns or himself. I love the fact that everyone's collective hatred over Roman's reign of terror has bled into other storylines. By way of The Miz and Karrion Kross, we discovered that the Wyatt Six are now on SmackDown, and I hope a new environment will be good for the faction. Miz got into Sami Zayn's face and a match is on. I love pro wrestling, it is so random. Hey, I don't like your face. Me and you in the ring in 5 minutes. Also, is Karrion Kross starting to hit as a character? So this is just random giddiness, but after a shot of the new NXT World Champ Obafemi in the crowd, we got the entrance of the World Heavyweight Champ, the Ring General Gunther, and future WrestleMania matches between the two started dancing in my head. Anyways, the champ appeared to do what he's become pretty good at, shit-talking the rest of the locker room and just spitting facts about his dominance, which brought out main event Jey Uso to yeet for a bit and challenge Gunther for the title at Saturday night's main event. What was really great was the emotion that came from Jey in this promo, so much that he actually stopped the crowd from yeeting and they listened. The dude is over and it's more than just a chant. But Gunther Jey at Saturday night's main event gonna be good. Next up was the match for the inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental title between Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria, and it seems that Kai is back as a full-fledged babyface with her old entrance theme and attire. But who cares about entrances, cause this match was awesome. These women tried to kill each other, complete with a gnarly suplex from the apron to the floor. All I could see was feet flying as these ladies tried to outkick each other to death, but eventually a sling blade and Nightwing gave Lyra Valkyria the pin, victory, and inaugural title. Post-match, Dakota and Lyra shared a hug, and I'm sure Becky, Finn, and Sheamus' Irish eyes were smiling with this one. And so was I. Man, I had a lot of fucking fun with this match. This gets a high blockbuster from me. These two women went out there and busted their asses for our entertainment, and in the end, we got history out of it. There can only ever be one first ever Intercontinental Women's Champ, and Lyra Valkyria has the goods, and I think she is a really good choice as first champ, as a fighting babyface champion, to sort of curtail what we got over on SmackDown with Chelsea Green as the heel inaugural United States Women's Champ. Next up was The Miz versus Sami Zayn, and look, this match was short, pretty much an extended 4-minute squash for Sami in my book, so I'll give it a low hit. But what killed me was the finish. Zayn hit a beautiful hell of a kick on The Miz out of nowhere, then hit The Miz with the Blue Thunder Bomb and won. That's like Ric Flair not being flipped over the top rope when he makes an attempt. That's like Mick Foley being able to refrain from using thumbtacks in a hardcore match. But it's cool because the Blue Thunder Bomb should be viewed as a finisher because it looks like one. Everyone's mommy came out to celebrate her big title victory against Liv Morgan and remind the world that yes, she is goddamn Rhea Bloody Ripley. And that brought out Nia Jax of all people, who declared herself for the Royal Rumble, and once she wins, she will take whatever title she wishes. Good luck with that, with Charlotte waiting in the wings. Nia would shit-talk Bayley, who was there with her hometown crowd, which would bring Bayley to the ring. A melee would break out, and Bayley and Rhea would fight off Nia together. And I see you, WWE, you just low-key planted seeds for one of your major women's title programs in 2025 with a little bit of misdirect. Well played. We closed the show with the street fight between Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and will there ever be a day when someone is standing in the ring at the start of a street fight and is smart enough to know when someone is going to attack them from behind? Just look around all four sides of the ring, use your peripheral vision, it's not that difficult. Wrestling logic. But this was a pretty wild affair that saw several trees die in the name of this match, as we saw various tables explode under broken bodies, and even a run-in by JD and Carlito. But after WWE World Tag Team Champs the War Raiders chased them off, Priest would eventually hit South of Heaven for the big victory. And this was a mild blockbuster of a wild, overbooked, fun brawl that went all around the arena and got us a big feud-ending victory, and I'm pretty sure Damian Priest is done with Finn Balor in the Judgment Day for now, and I assume that he's going to enter himself in the 2025 Royal Rumble as well. And that brought us to the conclusion of the show, and I was shocked as everyone else. But seriously, this was one of the better Raws in a while, a super tight show where every segment had a purpose, even Sami Zayn versus The Miz. As much as I enjoyed the spectacle of Raw is Netflix #1, this was a right goddamn brilliant wrestling show, a blockbuster. And like I said, if this is the format for Raw going forward in the Netflix era, we are in for a wild ride. But those are my immediate thoughts on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. What did you guys think of the episode? Share your thoughts, leave your comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can get notifications as well. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.